How's it going, guys? Dylan from If Cars Could Talk, and I hope everyone's doing well today. I was trying to talk and not trip at the same time. Thank God that worked out. Regardless, today is pretty special because we're going to be going to the unveiling of the brand new 2021 Rolls Royce Ghost, even though it's not 2021. Now, anyway, this is essentially the baby Rolls Royce sedan in the lineup. If anything could be considered a baby with any Rolls Royce, and well, they've invited us today. Okay, maybe not us. It was more an indirect invite to me because my dad has this. The Rolls Royce Dawn and a very subtle blue with orange interior. Hey, Pops, shall we?
Let's go.
And the great thing about Rolls Royces is you don't have to do much in them. All you do is press, oh, he actually pressed the button, even less than pressing a button. Oh, this car is so cool, especially to have the roof off. And honestly, this car is great because, well, it embodies the convertible Rolls Royce. Usually being in a Rolls Royce is quite an isolating, antisocial experience, but suddenly, not only are you exposed to the environment, but on-seers are exposed to you, especially in a Rolls Royce with bright orange interior. You get a lot of looks. But the other thing is, well, the Wraith is a great car too because it's always been the sports coupe Rolls Royce. And then of course the Phantom is the big Mac Daddy sedan, the car that supposedly you would get chauffeured in. Now the Ghost is the approachable, unintimidating, drivable Rolls Royce sedan that isn't the size of a land yacht. A car that you drive and, oh, well, you're not driven in. And honestly, when I saw the photos, I was relieved because when it came out originally, I thought the Ghost was kind of an ugly blob. A Phantom that was crippled in its design. It didn't have the grandiosity and the, well, kind of proportional body parts to match. Today, it's going to look absolutely stunning because, well, I saw a little bit of a sneak peek, but I really can't wait to see it in person. All right, I've now transported to a very magical place. I am now at O'Gara of, well, La Jolla, aka San Diego, and they have inventory ranging from Bentley to McLaren to Lamborghini to Bentley, and of course Rolls Royce, which is what we are seeing behind right here. Now, first to start off any Rolls Royce experience, we have Vouv, and I'm just going to take this random glass, probably doesn't have COVID.
So when Austin
But this is the real thing we want to take a look at. This is the brand new 2021 Ghost, the whole thing I've been talking about in this video. Not the biggest fan of this spec, to be honest with you. I actually really like the debut spec of the white. For once, I found that a Rolls Royce in white didn't look like an old-fashioned wedding car. When they debuted it, you'll see it's kind of in that little advert there. But obviously, this is supposed to look like that. The actual Phantom, it has a lot of the design language from there. And I think they've adapted the design language of the new Phantom to the Ghost much better than they did with the old car. Maybe it was because the last time the Phantom was already aging when the Ghost came out, and maybe Rolls Royce didn't think things were going to work out, and they're like, oh, okay, things are working out, we're going to make another car, and it was a little delayed. Anyway, I'm muttering on. A few different differences about this car, just to quickly walk around. Basically, I gained all this information from another YouTube video, but anyway, the cool thing is the badge is no longer integrated in the grille. It's kind of just floating, which is interesting. There's also lights apparently in the grille that come out, and this is supposedly in matte and gloss to kind of give you a different look, I guess. And really, this car is actually bigger than the outgoing Ghost, but the way they've designed it, supposedly in a very sloping manner, specifically the traditional tapering of the back, actually makes the car look a bit smaller. In addition to that, it actually feels smaller when you're driving it because it's got four-wheel steering and four-wheel drive now as well. In fact, this is also the first car that actually has Apple CarPlay and a lot of cool technology, which we'll take a look at now. I have horrible ADD, so excuse me jumping around. But this is also the first Ghost now to have buttons to close at the front, because at the back you could only close them before. Now obviously they've introduced what you have in the Dawn and the Wraith. Also this kind of lit up dash display is very new to the Ghost. In addition, starlit ceilings. This is standard on all Ghosts and such a cool option as well. Another feature they've added actually is every now and again, if we wait forever, you'll actually see a shooting star go by. No joke. Not sure if it's as rare as actually seeing a shooting star, so I'm gonna not hold here and wait. Interior is pretty cool, very soft, actually incredibly soft. Feels a lot like our Rolls Royce. Interior's got, wow, this nice kind of matte wood. Obviously you can option these things with anything, and you can see this bespokeness with kind of the purple in here already. Apparently this car is all about technology. It's the most advanced Rolls Royce ever made. In addition to that, everything's electric, or should be. For instance, this thing, come on, open up for me. Cut. Okay, so this is a pre-production, so that wasn't exactly working. But as mentioned, this fun little button closes the rear doors. Is now at the front, wasn't on the old Ghost, and it's amazing how silent it is, the motor. On our Phantom, it's actually quite loud. Now they've integrated basically little machines in the tray tables, so you open this up, and that will open just the tray table. Then you can press this, and that will open the TV screen. Everything's touch sensitive throughout, even in the front. The really kind of crisp, cool, consistent Rolls-Royce display language in here. Very kind of BMW-esque in its own way, but you know, screw it, it's probably better because of that. And you just press this, I believe. And this is the coolest feature. Basically, when you're opening this, you can press this again and it'll assist open for you. And it'll have like a little motor that pushes it open with you, because it's kind of an awkward, hard angle to push. We don't all work our Rolls-Royce suicide door muscles out too often at the gym, and it kind of is an awesome invention. All right, so we are sitting in the front of the car now, and well, I kind of just want to pretend like no one knows I'm here so I can just hang out and relax. It's so comfortable. The leather is so, honestly, is so soft, but also rugged at the same time. Don't get white though. I don't care what they tell you. If they go, oh no, our white interior holds up, very different. Don't listen to it. It never does, trust me. But regardless, I'm gonna go on like a nerd here, almost like kind of the Porsche guys right now with Rolls Royce, because it's so cool to have the front buttons here in the Ghost. Now they've changed some of the buttons and things like that. I kind of almost couldn't recognize it for a second, but you press this little thing here, closes it, and again, look how quiet that motor is. It's unbelievable. Difference as well is we have a digital display here. I'm going to be a traditionalist again. I don't know if I like that. It would have been nice to keep something analog. This is a very traditional and modern, hip kind of brand. You see these cars in rap videos, I get it, but it's still 100 years old, and it would be nice if they harken back to certain things like they kind of do with the analog clock here. So touch screen again. Again, really cool to see the dashboard here with the lit up Ghost. That's the first time for them to do that. The speakers we've seen before, but I mean, look at the detail. This is a different car from the Flying Spur. Obviously, the Flying Spur actually looks a hell of a lot more elaborate. James May said it really well. It's very, well, very Liberace. It's kind of crazy. But this car is done in the Rolls Royce way. It's subtle, it's sophisticated. It doesn't need to cry for your attention. It knows what it is, and it's not going to change just so that you would buy it. Now to go over missed details, which is a very possible thing with any Rolls Royce, is you have the sticky Audi spirit of ecstasy here. The purple treatments are really cool, and specifically It's in the door card here where the pocket is, something you wouldn't even notice. Even the type of chrome, or should I say brightwork, they call it brightwork. It's not plastic chrome, it's actually a piece of metal that's been polished. Is incredible. Lamb's wool carpets as well, very soft to the touch. Even down here, look at the detail. So many things that are so easy to miss. The wood finishings, everything like that. It's just a stunning car. The Rolls Royce logo embroidered. Speakers I showed you earlier. You could cut your hands on these, they're so precisely cut. It's really, really interesting. Steal the keys for a second to show you the trunk. This is very impressive. So it's apparently 10% larger. And I was pretty shocked when we opened it for the first time. I mean, look at that, it's absolutely massive. This is a proper mobster car now. Now you can fit the bodies in there. But it's pretty wild, honestly. Very, very cool. New keys too, while we're at it. The purple on here, well, I wonder why they did purple. No, I'm joking. Matches on the interior, very cool. Just more bespoke stuff. And now you can kind of see the rear a little bit more. Tapers at the back like that. Very subdued at the back, very traditionally Rolls Royce. And now the front, obviously, well, that's where the grill. Kind of to demonstrate the mechanism here and to show you the engine, we're gonna open this up. It's pretty cool. So it actually goes away, and then it actually reveals kind of the mechanism here, which is really interesting to see. Obviously, this is a lot different than any other Rolls Royce before and a lot more exposed because it's coming from the body rather than the grille. Now, this is a 6.75 liter V12, twin turbocharged, 621 pound-feet of torque, 500 something horsepower. Sorry, I can't memorize anything. I was impressed so far, honestly, but it looks really cool. Obviously, just like most cars today, it suffers from the plastic cover, but nonetheless, it's a pretty plastic cover. Very cool. Before we close off on the Ghost, let me just show you some of the inventory here because it's kind of crazy. Tons and tons of McLarens, Bentleys, Rollses. Look, these are wonderful things, but this is really what we care about. Hold on, it's just around this corner. Oh, and Lamborghinis, sorry. A Chiron and a Centenario. Unbelievable. That is so cool. They specifically put this up because they don't like Dyllon's getting past them, and I don't blame them. But look at this. Unbelievable. Especially in that kind of lava orange. Did I just kind of adapt that off a McLaren color? Maybe. But still amazing looking. Anyway, back to the Rolls. All right. Kind of interesting before we close up here. They have the entire lineup, I just realized. Dawn, Wraith, Phantom, and of course Ghost. But before we go to the Ghost, I have to show you one thing on this car specifically. If this is any indication about what you're about to see, well, prepare to be shocked. Oh, so much blue. Honestly, I kind of love it. It'd be pretty sweet just to tint this out and literally hide all of it and then just shock people when they come in. But regardless, I've also been told, more importantly, that this bottle of Viv is mine because I said to him I might have COVID and it's just not worth them risking it. Regardless, let me grab my glass. So guys, that was a pretty awesome opportunity to see, well, the brand new Rolls Royce Ghost. A car that literally just came out, honestly, and we're already seeing it here, which was so impressive about them having the car here in the first place. Apparently Kendall Jenner has one like coming in a month apparently or something like that, which is also pretty impressive to show a car and be able to make it in almost the same month. Usually these things are like delayed 20,000 years and you see it at some damn auto show and they get sexually frustrated. Regardless, what a competition for the new Flying Spur. I thought the Flying Spur was pretty hard to compete with in the first place at that price point and that much detail and that much drivability, but now, well, even though this is a little bit more expensive, it's finally a Phantom that you can drive. It has that, well, size difference, it has that drivability difference, and it's just so goddamn sexy as well. Anyway, guys, just want a big thank you to O'Gara of San Diego and of course Rolls Royce. I don't know if they really did let me come here, but thank you nonetheless. It's already happened, sorry. Anyway, guys, if you want to see me on more things, I'm of course on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Guys, if you liked the video, give it a damn like. And you know what? Instead of, well, subscribing, just keep watching. And instead of the peace sign that I usually give, I'm going to give you a cheers.